Welcome, this is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are working with this pattern here, which is kind of complex but interesting. It is pattern number 30918 on friendshipbracelets.net. Now I've got my template over here already. Bring this in and just kind of move it off to the side. Now there's two different areas where I could easily call center. This one here, which is sort of like the Green Lantern thing, or this one here where it's just like a diamond. I'm gonna go with this one over here. So let's put this to a new layer, and instead of using white, let's go with some kind of like an off-white thing here. There we go. That looks good. Just in case we have to color it in later to change it into something else. So now, paint bucket and get to the right layer. We can put in this first thing here. So there's that, and then it goes into a V shape. Now I don't have to fill in the line for everything here, but drawing it out, I think is going to make it a little bit easier for me to see that I'm not making a mistake. So this is our V, then it goes into this thing that looks like a fish, right? Like I'm not wrong here, right? Because if you turn it sideways, it kind of looks like that bumper sticker thing that people put on their cars. And then it's another V shape, and then it's a diamond. So we're going again with from 6 to 12 strings, but we're going to change up some of the stuff on the outside. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna kind of play it by ear. So after the diamond, it goes back to this, and then it does a fish going the other direction. Oh, look at that. And it ends right there. So yeah, there would have been one more diamond and then this crazy center thing. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's put in our underlying strings, at least on a quarter of it. So it kind of goes underneath this one here, right? So it kind of jumps underneath to kind of make these things happen. I like this. I especially like the where it left off at. I think that's like really super fitting, and it's going to make it interesting. So now the question is, what do we do with the outside area? We've got a lot of strings available, right? So this original pattern was 6 strings, which means it would be like these first 3. So we have this second group that we get to play with. It's interesting because I don't know if I want whatever we add to actually touch these or not. I feel like there's just so much we can do with it. Well, here, first, let's flip the colors over. Let's do a select by color and select our blue. Then we're going to take the paint bucket and we're going to go to here. And we'll fill whole selection, and we make everything else red. And then go back to fill similar colors. And now we're going to take that first part, copy paste, and flip it over to the other side so I can see all of the stuff there. All right, so we have it all filled in with just red. If we changed nothing else, it would be twice the thickness, but we would have this. But this kind of gives me an idea, if we put in another string, kind of what we might do. So I'll flip this back So this is foreground and background color, if you didn't know what these two are. So I don't need the actual background. I just need these colors here. I could come in and bounce off of this. It would bounce here. Oh, I think I see it. Okay. Let me grab my paint tool again. So we made the last string the lighter color. And make it come up here. So now we're exchanging one strand with one of the other ones. So in case we were going to use up this string a lot, this will make it easier. We come off the edge, we can then come back in and come off of this one. And the neat part there is that shape we started with down at the bottom, this iron, or this not Iron Man, the other Green Lantern shape, now is up here and kind of going sideways. So now let's come back in. It comes to this. So it bounces again off of one of the others. That's that fish shape. So that's going to be kind of an interesting, different sort of thing going on. I think the overall, this is going to be a pattern where there's so many things changing that in order to make it happen, you'd have to watch very closely. And now we're actually changing that middle one. We're adding something else to it. Oh, I see what it's going to do. Hang on. Let's go back to the layers. Let's hide our one layer. Let's get our select tool. So our select tool, this is the rectangular select. So it lets us use the guidelines. Copy and paste again. Flip tool to flip it this way. Select tool again, anchoring it. And then select the whole top half. Copy and paste. Flip tool again. This time go up the horizontal line to go downwards. Oh, wow. Wait, I need the select tool to anchor it. So instead of just that thing, it now goes off to the sides as well, which, yeah, we have some interesting shapes going on. And all this thing is doing is basically a zigzag back and forth. So we've taken the pattern and came up with something completely and totally new. I am really excited about this. So wait, before I go, I want to thank all my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members for making all of this happen. I am really kind of excited about the prospects of this bracelet because it started out as a very simple design and got very, very complex really quickly. And yeah, this should be a really fun one to see how it turns out. So I'll be back tomorrow with it. And thank you for hanging out with me this long. This has been a fun one. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.